We're going live here, Ryan.
Sure.
Check this audio here.
LB Spiderman wants to know if we're still streaming on Twitch.
Young Master Richard.
No Twitch today? Or we are?
Yeah, we were on Twitch earlier, but we weren't having audio.
Oh, okay.
Now we're checking the audio.
All right, LB Spider-Man, I guess we are going to do Twitch also. We were doing Twitch for trying to get this time. Today. The audio works.
Audio's working.
Audio's working.
Audio's working, everybody. So
it's
sorry
working.
about that.
It's working.
I feel like, so to explain what the problem was, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 different HDMI outputs here. And for some reason, camera one's HDMI output for the mic connection was not working. So I had to reset it up and change things. But we're working now. There's Ryan. There's me. Hello, hello, hello. Instagram's still going. And so sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. What is this, Ryan? This is the live unboxing show. Take 2.
Take 2. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. It is Tuesday night, but it's still daylight outside. Again, love me some daylight savings time. Oh, boy. Welcome, everybody, to our Tuesday live unboxing show. We're going to take a look at all the new goodies that are coming out tomorrow. New Comics Wednesday. Why on Wednesday? I don't know. I actually don't know that. Somebody probably in our comments knows. That'd be an interesting thing. I should know that, and I don't. I don't know why they decided Wednesday. But it is Wednesday, and with the exception of record stores that maybe still exist and are around, it's kind of like the only physical media release every week. So it's kind of cool. You come in every week, you got a day of the week, you come in and there's new stuff. Luis confirming audio works now. Thumbs up. So I guess we're good to go. Last thing, just to wrap up the Godzilla Dragon conversation for the people that we're following on Instagram. Annie often says, dragons fly. I argue Godzilla is so tall, he doesn't need to fly.
Yeah.
He's literally, his head is in the clouds. So that's it for them. That argument's now settled. Moving on. Yep, all settled, all settled.
Miguel says, I see Ryan. Miguel says, I see Ryan and Wendy, but no Annie cam. Eduardo says, no. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't fool me again.
And since I think we have more people watching than we did before. Hey, this week is Annie's birthday, and she likes food. That's all I'm saying. Annie's birthday this week, and she likes food. Okay.
She likes Superman cookies.
And she's turning 21 years old, so you can get her alcoholic food. Okay. Hey, welcome everybody. This is Pulp Fiction Long Beach. This is our little modest store on Terminal in Anaheim in Long Beach, California. And we're going to take a look at all the new goodies that come out this week. I'm going to start with some ratio variants, and then I'm going to show you some ratio variants. And then I'm going to show you some, not actually any DC comics, because like nothing really came out this week. Except Derek's going to go, wait a minute. There wasn't anything really new. And we got shorted on our flashes.
What? Happy birthday, Annie. My partner enjoyed doing Pokemon raids with her while I browsed the dollar bins on Sunday. Nice. Matt says, happy birthday, Annie, as well. Real quick, Ryan, I shared a couple groups here. What's behind you?
Yeah, I don't know. I have break it.
Let me see if I can spin this around here.
Wait. I know what I can do. Let's see if we can do this without breaking
it. What is happening?
I just. Hey guys, I just flew in. Being a superhero isn't everything you think it is. It's actually pretty tough. Sometimes people die and you can't save everybody. Right. That's the best I can do for an impersonation.
Pretty good. So what do you think?
I loved it.
My wife and I watched all 3 episodes on our projector, Ryan. And Invincible is like my favorite comic outside of Superman. And it's so funny. Some people are like, this is like The Boys. It's like, no, The Boys is like Invincible. Right. Invincible is first.
Right.
And some people are like, this is just like a ripoff of the DC universe. No, it's homaging.
Yeah.
Like later, there's
a
full Star Trek Next Generation homage. There's an episode or a comic where there's Picard and Worf and all that stuff. So it's just Robert Kirkman doing what he loves.
Which is funny. So this is such an interesting thing for our more casual friends and family that are becoming more and more exposed to the comic book properties and stuff. Because also my wife, when we're watching it, she's like, "Is DC going to sue them? That's Wonder Woman, and that character over there. That's the Flash."
Red Rush and Warrior Woman.
So I had to kind of explain to her, I guess, the creative freedoms that people are allowed to take with certain things, and that it is all just homage. Yes, Invincible is out. I loved it. I thought it was great. It is just as gooey and action-packed as you would imagine if you've read the comic book. And I highly recommend it to anyone who is not averse to ultraviolence. Because, oh boy. Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's got an amazing voice cast. I listened to J.K. Simmons all day. There's voice shit. My wife is like picking out voices and characters that aren't even like big characters. Like the security guard at the beginning of the show is John Hamm.
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch that right away. All I had to do was listen to him for a few more seconds. I'm like, you're right, that's John Hamm. Do you know who Seth Rogen is supposed to be?
He's Alen the Alien.
He's Alen the Alien.
And
so
supposedly, it's very confusing because I listened to an interview with Kirkman, and Seth Rogen and his directing partner Evan Goldberg, they're still developing an Invincible movie with Universal.
Right.
And yet this is going to be a multi-series, hopefully, thing with Amazon.
Yeah.
And Seth Rogen is doing a voice for it.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess, not competing or whatever, but
Hey, Vic.
It was very fun.
Yeah, I think they probably have another hit on their hands. Hopefully, people check it out. I'm wondering how many kids are going to... Oh, it's a cartoon superhero show for my kids. So we watch it with my kids.
Very
and
dope.
This is great. This is a coming-of-age story, and his dad's a superhero, and he's learning about his powers. Oh, God! Oh, no! What happened? I love that trick. It's my favorite.
Bring Mark back to you. I liked him closer in the shot. We'll switch to me while he's doing this. The shot's really kind of dark. But yeah, so that was really good. And then, of course, Falcon and Winter Soldier was good too. Megan and I kind of liked the second episode better than the first one. Some people felt the reverse, but you actually get the boys coming together in this one.
I didn't know that was Kurt Russell's kid until the second episode.
Yeah, he's actually
goofy with the helmet on.
And the first one,
really good without the helmet on.
Yeah, the second episode looks a lot better because he has his helmet off in a lot of the parts.
He sounds just like his dad. It's crazy.
Totally. And his dad was Ego in Guardians 2. One thing I thought was really interesting, Ryan, was that the writer, showrunner or whatever of Falcon and Winter Soldier said that the scene in the first episode about Falcon not getting paid or the Avengers not getting paid triggered the Marvel MCU staff. So he got a call from Feige on that. He got a call from these other people like, wait a second. So Sam's broke, so the Avengers don't make money?
They're not real people, you know?
Yeah. So, but it's interesting. It's like, I guess that
Anthony Mackie is rich.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. I guess that somehow didn't clear. And you think that like Feige would read every scene or whatever, but like that triggered a whole thing where it's like, wait a second. How do the Avengers how do they pay their rent?
Yeah.
How did Vision buy that house for Wanda, right? So yeah, I think he was very amused that this one scene of him trying to make Sam more human triggered all these executives and writers who are like, wait a second, blah, blah, blah. Tony's a jerk.
We need a show that's the absolute just economics of Avengers documentary.
What's their financial plan?
Yeah. Do they have a 401k? Yeah. So a lot of good superhero stuff and this weekend.
Indeed.
We're still going to try to watch the Justice League cut at some point.
Are you going to watch the gray, Justice is Gray? There's a black and white version now.
No.
It's so funny because there's this whole thing like, oh, there's not going to be any more Zack Snyder cut, and then a week or two later, they released a different cut of it.
I don't want to watch it black and white.
It actually looks really, really good. It's beautiful.
I'm sure you will enjoy it.
Yes. Well, don't ask me how many times Megan and I have watched it.
I'm not going to ask you.
But I do want to see the Jon Stewart cut because she shot a scene with the Jon Stewart Green Lantern that did not make it into this movie.
Who played it?
The rumor is the dude from Moonlight and Predator. The new Predator movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who's in there. Wait, which guy from Moonlight? Oh, like the kid, the main character?
The kid grown up,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, the guy grown up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
He's awesome.
Let's get him as Jon
Can you
Stewart.
imagine a Jon Stewart?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Apparently, from insiders, they say like he did a terrific job. We're not seeing it, Ryan.
I would like to start doing a terrific job showing people comic books.
Hey, I'm sharing it to groups.
Okay.
We've got audio.
Okay.
I've talked about non-comic stuff.
Okay.
We're happy.
Okay, good. But I'm going to do one more thing that makes you happy. So Pulp Fiction, Long Beach. These are all of our various social medias. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Also, go join the Facebook group. There's a wonderful little community that I am a bad person and don't check in. I've been trying. Some of you may have seen. I did hop in there a couple of times in the last 7 days. Especially when I was talking about the Marvel thing. Should we talk about the Marvel thing? Let's share some books.
Yes. That was another thing. I actually made a list of things to talk about.
That's actually what I should have spent the last 10 minutes talking about.
I got sidetracked by our audio problems. One thing real quick before you do say that, Ryan. I reposted the other day. I tagged you. I don't think you saw it. I reposted one of the first videos we did a year ago.
I think I did see that. And I had gloves on. That's what.
Yeah. And you had more hair and gloves. And you looked like 5 years younger. It's weird.
Yeah, that's what happens when you become president.
True. True. But yeah, it's just surreal. That's been a whole year of.
I don't want to think about it. If you want to contact us, you want to make requests on ratio variants. If you want to join our pull box program, that's 100% free, and you get 20% off on your comics, and you get to request all your comic books from home on your computer or your phone. If you have any other questions, please send us an email, pulpfictionlongbeach@gmail.com. That's pulpfictionlongbeach@gmail.com. Okay, really fast, because I feel like we've already talked a lot about different things. And
people love these shows. It's just Jessica that wants you home.
I know. It's just my wife.
The fans like it, Ryan.
Okay. Well, so you may have heard that Marvel is the headline might say Marvel breaking up with Diamond.
What?
Okay. So I don't know where to start with these things because everybody has different. I'm going to try to do this quickly and simply.
I guess the first way to start, are we going to still get our books, right?
Everything's going to be fine.
Okay.
Everything's going to be great.
That's it.
Everything's going to be great. Is everything going to be perfect? Ask me that.
Is everything going to be perfect?
No, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be some butt pain for sure. There's going to be some pipes. We got
That's piping hot.
So here's what's going on. So there's us and every other comic book store across the country gets their comic books from a distributor called Diamond Distributor. It's been this way for a long time, years and years, decades actually. And up until recently, every publisher had to go through Diamond for distribution to get their stuff into comic book stores for the most part. And what happened last week, and I'm not going to go through because DC left and all that stuff. I mean, I can't tell you everything. Marvel essentially also did what DC did. So Marvel is no longer being distributed exclusively by Diamond Comics. That is to say, Diamond Comics will still be Diamond will still be, they will be distributing Marvel comic books, but as a wholesaler. So that means that they're going to be getting their books. They're going to be buying their books from Marvel, the publisher, at probably a higher price than they were getting before. So their costs are probably going to go up. Marvel is going with Penguin Random House, the giant book company. Now, they've been distributing Marvel graphic novels actually for a while now. They're now getting into the comic book distribution game. There's only so much we can say because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's just not solidified yet. But I will say this, I wrote about this and posted it on Facebook last week. When a big company like Penguin Random House decides to invest tens of millions of dollars, because that is what they're doing, they're going to have a whole new warehouse facility that's dedicated specifically just for the comic books. That means they're going to have to hire staff. They're going to have to hire, tech support, all these different things. It's going to be a big investment of money. You don't do that unless you think that you're going to make some money.
Right.
So it's a Penguin Random House is a big company, which means they probably had a lot of data that said to them, hey, you know what? We should probably get into this comic book direct market game. And that's a good thing, because I feel like the rhetoric for a long time has been basically like, when is the comic book industry going to go out of business?
Right.
For a lot of people. So this is a kind of a big sign that not anytime soon.
Not today.
Not today. So yes. Now, of course, our little community here is super used to Pullbox. Pullbox is the program where you guys go on previewsworld.com and log in with your accounts, and that's how you request your books. That is hosted by Diamond Comics. I pay Diamond Distributor to use that software. Let's just wait and see, guys. I have no idea. Maybe Diamond keeps doing it. Maybe they don't. Maybe I stick with them anyway. Maybe Penguin Random House has their own version of this. Maybe somebody else comes in. There's a lot of X factors. But I promise.
X Factor, that's a book.
There's a lot of X factors. Okay? Why aren't you guys buying more X Factor? There's a lot of X factors, and we'll have to wait and see how some of that settles. But at the end of the day, the demand is there. I'm here. That's very important. Derek is here.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Annie's here.
And
Most important.
it's her birthday. And Godzilla's a dragon. So we have everything is good. Everything is swell. It's going to be great.
Eduardo says, story time with Ryan's box. When he says, only takes one hand to hold a pipe, Eduardo says, pipe talk. Icebox by Penguin Random House.
Icebox. Oh, good. Okay. That's enough. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I don't think anybody's really demanding any kind of like Q&A sort of thing about this stuff. But if you come into the store and you see me, just ask me. I'll tell you more about it. But just know nothing's changed. Keep doing everything the way that you're doing. Our regular scheduled programming is still, going and fine. But there might be some twists and turns in the next 6 months, but we'll get through them together. Okay?
Sounds good.
Good. Okay. And I want to start showing some comic books. That's why I'm here. I'm here to show the comics.
What's in the box?
Thank you for being patient. We're going to show you some books. Here we go. I'm going to start with the Marvel ratios. We have the Union number 4, which is a 1-in-10 ratio variant with a character called Snakes, which I'm really laughing at just because of Home Alone. I've seen 10 billion times. I think is that the second one or the first one? I can't remember now. It says his name was Snake. He kind of sounded like a snake. I love Home Alone dearly. Anyway, this is a $9.99 for a design variant by R.B. Silva. Pretty cool. I am not reading Union, so I can't speak on that character. No idea. Moving right along. This one is spoken for, but I'll show it to you. This is a 1-in-10 ratio variant for Marvel Action Spider-Man number 1. If you didn't know, IDW actually takes care of all of Marvel's all ages stuff. So IDW is the one that does Star Wars High Republic Adventures, and they do Marvel Action blah 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 about Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and they get really good artists and stuff. They're good books, but they're also age appropriate for kids. If you ever want to get this stuff,
not like Invincible.
Yeah, just like Invincible. Yeah, Daddy, I want to dress up as Invincible. It's gonna be like the new Deadpool. You see like kids as Deadpool, and just like, how do you even know what Deadpool is? He's just like so big.
Yeah.
Anyway, $9.99. But again, it is spoken for. But I ordered enough to have shelf copies of this. If anybody wants to check out the actual comic book.
Nice.
Okay, just checking to make sure there's nothing missed. Okay.
There's a couple more comments here. Nothing super pertinent, but I just want to give shout outs. Craig and Monique both say happy birthday, Annie. And Carlos says hello, guys. And Eduardo wanted to know if your Marvel answer was rehearsed. You seem exhausted having to explain that.
It's more just all happening in my head all the time. It's all I think about. I need to think about other things. Hence Godzilla, pizza, and beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving right along, we got Beta Ray Bill number 1. Very excited for this comic book. I didn't get a chance to read anything and post anything like I normally do on Monday nights because I was busy working. I had a lot of request stuff on Pullbox to catch up on. Also, my wife's car broke down. She got a new car, and that's just kind of taking a lot of time of stuff. So anyway, we have Beta Ray Bill number 1, written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. This is the same gentleman who did Wonder Woman Dead Earth and a few other things. We really like him in here.
He just did a little couple pages for, I think, a Batman Black and White as well.
Cool. Yeah. He's been known to do some DC where I think he did a little bit of work in. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to go there. All right. So anyway, we have a 1:25 ratio variant by Walter Simonson, the gentleman who created Beta Ray Bill. Yeah. I got 2 of these bad boys. One is spoken for already. I think I still have one up for grabs for $19.99. Very cool. Walter Simonson still got it. And from what I understand, one of the nicest guys in the industry. I'm excited to read that. I'm going to try to check it out tonight. Okay.
Is that true, Invincible?
What's that?
Just want to see if what Invincible thinks about it.
Oh,
Oh,
you're doing that now? Okay. So we have to.
He's a handsome guy.
Okay.
All right, go back.
Do you think they're gonna do the Invincible Smash Cut thing the entire time?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they have to find a reason to say Invincible every like in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had explained to Megan too what was funny about Welcome to the Pentagon parking in the rear. I'm like, there's no rear, it's a Pentagon. Oh, you didn't get it
I
either.
didn't get it either.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, I just probably wasn't listening that much. Hey, Keith. Okay, moving right along. This week we have Avengers: Curse of the Man-Thing. This is a 1 in 10 ratio variant by Carmen Carnero. Again, in that design format. This new character called the Harrower, and it says that she's a bio-sorceress. Ooh, now I feel like we're on a dating or like a dating app or something. $14.99 for this one.
Hold on a second. Someone's saying audio.
LB Spiderman, I guess we are
We're here.
going to do Twitch.
Eduardo, why are you saying audio? Was that an old comment that just popped up?
Might be an older comment.
No, it's new. He just said audio. It's working on my end, Eduardo. Thank you for checking in.
Refresh. Ordered a few more extra copies of Black Cat #4, and I will most likely always do that when they get an Adam Hughes ratio variant because these always are popular. So this is a 1 in 25 ratio variant for Black Cat by Adam Hughes. It is a stunner. One of the things what's really fun about this one, I've sort of obscured it with my Post-it, is a very suggestive placing of where Batman's head and Spidey sense tingling. Yeah, I just think it's kind of sexy and fun. Anyway, Adam Hughes, $59.99. $59.99. I know that will sell for $60.
Nice. Yeah, Eduardo says, just me, we good. Thank you, Eduardo. Bob says, Simonson is indeed super nice. Met him at IDW booth at SDC. His first Thor Artist Edition came out. Nice. Wendy says, Ryan's going to watch Godzilla versus Kong as many times as Derek has watched Snyder.
Maybe.
Justice League. Eduardo says, my 6-year-old learned about Deadpool from coming to Pulp Fiction for 3 years. Nice.
Yeah.
It's very true.
That makes sense, I guess.
And then Wendy also says, the older Marvel Adventures comics and now Marvel Action are good comics, good writing, art, and fun superhero stories.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done.
Okay, moving right along. This week we have Silk #1. I have a 1 in 25 ratio variant by Bengal, French artist Bengal.
Bengal.
Very cool. We have some really beautiful books by this artist. They're called Love, and then they're like Love Tiger, Love the Fox, and they're just focusing on these individual animals, and they've been sitting in the used section for a long time, and they're gorgeous. You should check them out and see if it's something you want to take home.
We can do a TikTok on them tonight, right?
Okay, maybe we will. Okay, here's the big one. I have a 1 in 100 ratio variant for Silk #1. This is Inhyuk Lee's artwork for one of the main covers, but with no trade dress on it. I think this artist gets associated with Silk quite a bit. I think he did some very popular variants for this character in the past. This was selling for a lot of money, and a lot of people were just taking best offers that I couldn't see. So I'm going $119.99. That's where I'm kind of hedging my bets. $120. Because not a lot of people, I think, ordered enough to get this.
There you go.
All right. I have, this one is also spoken for. That's what these little pink post-its with people's names mean. This is a 1 in 25 ratio variant for Symbiote Spiderman #5 by Raposa.
Wow,
I
that's
think
cool.
these have been some really great ratios coming out of this series, and I think they're getting kind of slept on. I think actually this dude, Mr. Robles, has been scooping these up, and I think that's a smart move. Not a lot of people are paying attention to Symbiote Spider-Man stuff, but these are really cool. $24.99, so I priced this right there at ratio, $25.
When he says, oh, those are Bengal, I've seen those, and they're gorgeous. The love books. When he also says, oh, yeah, the link to the other variants page. Here you go. She posts it.
Thank you, Wendy.
And Laura Pena says, hello, awesome people. Hello, Laura.
Hello, awesome person.
Invincible says hello, too. It's pretty funny. I just cut to his face.
Oh, so we're doing that now? Okay. I have, okay, I'll bring it back later. Okay, we have a new series from Vault this week. I feel bad I didn't read this stuff, guys. I didn't have time. I'll try to read tonight. It's called Witch Blood. And I have some ratio variants for this one.
Oh, cool. I ordered that.
Good. It looks cool. I have a 1 in 15 ratio variant for $9.99. This artist is Yoshitani. I'm not familiar. But boy, howdy, getting a lot of East Asian artists, cover artists, all over the place in comic books. It's super cool. So that's the 1 in 15 ratio variant. I have a few of those. I also have a 1 in 30 ratio variant, which is that same artwork, but with no trade dress for $19.99. And if you really want to go for it, I have a 1 in 50 ratio variant, which is that same artwork in foil.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Shiny. We're doing $29.99 on that one. Some of these are selling for like $50 online, but let's do 30. We don't know about this book yet. $30.
What a deal.
Career shoplifter join. Career shoplifter, you better stay away from my store. I will end your career really quick.
Which blood will be playing at Pulp?
Which blood will be playing at Pulp?
Yes.
Is it a band? It's probably a band in the book or something. Okay, here's an interesting one. So Black Mask hasn't been doing a ton lately, but it did pop up on my my ordering that there was this new book called Destiny in New York. And the reason it popped on my radar is because there was a ratio variant by Terry Moore, who does not do ratio variants very often.
No. Oh,
that's kind of
cool.
that's a pretty unique item. So I don't know anything about this comic book yet, but I only got one of these. I'm selling it for $19.99. If you're not familiar with Terry Moore, Rachel Rising, Strangers in Paradise, Echo just got announced for something. Was a book he worked on. Motor Girl, bunch of other stuff. I love Terry Moore. Anyway, $19.99 for the 1 in 15 for Destiny, New York. New York. Okay, we have.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes. Is it a dumb question though?
No,
Oh, it's
I
just a
never
quick
asked them
one.
questions.
You never asked me.
At one point, the epicenter of comic books used to be New York. Do you feel like it's changed?
You mean like locations fictionally?
Well, that
The
and like the
characters?
publishers were based out of there.
Yeah, not anymore. I mean, DC's not there anymore. No, I think that's changed. For the better. New York's cool, but there's a whole wide country, you know?
Not every fictional comic book city needs to be New York either.
They get so caught up on the flying and the swinging that they feel like
Yeah.
nothing ever can take place in Los Angeles.
Daredevil's there, Spiderman's there. Come on.
Yeah.
Some folks westward, please.
When are we going to get a Long Beach superhero? That's what I want to know.
I want a Bakersfield superhero. You know, if they were living in Bakersfield, they'd have to be
Invincible.
Yep.
There we go. There we
I
go.
remember.
There we go.
Renee says more slim thick karaoke. That's what he wants the witch blood to play here. Wendy says Destiny New York sounds kind of interesting. I'm going to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There you go. Okay, moving along. We have crossover number 5 out this week.
Ooh.
So they've been keeping up with the ratios. Maybe they're going to have them for every issue. I have no idea. But we have a 1 in 10 ratio variant, which is against the regular cover, but with no trade dress. Very pretty vista. No idea what's going on here, but it's a very nice
Is
cover.
that a bubble in the background?
Yes, I guess that is the bubble. Letting these ones go super cheap, $5.99, just a couple bucks over cover price.
Basically cover price.
Basically cover price. I mean, outside of a couple of dollars. Who's counting?
Matt takes exception to my idea. Bakersfield. Yeah, I would love to see a superhero in Bakersfield.
Yeah,
It'd be
that's
great.
exactly the kind of person who would want to see anything in Bakersfield. That sounds like
They
Matt.
would stop all the cow crime. All the cow tipping.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start beef with Bakersfield on my stream.
And they've been building it up, man.
I stop there very often on my way to Vegas, or someplace that way to somewhere. I think that's where Steve goes for his pinball conventions or
There
something.
you go.
Okay, hey, here's that same one, but in black and white.
Nice.
For the 1 in 25 ratio variant, which I only have one of, for $14.99. Okay.
Are you thinking of Barstow?
I'm thinking of Barstow, probably.
Matt says you may as well have a superhero based out of Fresno.
Yeah, there you go.
Louis says superhero movies be like, we need to save the world. And by the world, we mean New York.
Yes. Yeah. 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 We don't need.
Wendy says you don't need to start beef with the cow crime, Ryan.
Yeah. No. Hey.
Hi-oh.
Okay. Lastly, and Wendy, I got your name there. If you're okay with the price, I got a 1 in 50 ratio variant, the ellipsis variant for number 5 for $19.99.
Wow. Very cool.
All right. Last but not least on our tour of the variants, whenever there's a new issue of Spawn, I'm continuing to get these pretty cool black and white covers, which I price at $5.99. And I got a few of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I think that this is Capullo pencils inked by McFarlane, so that's pretty neat. One of the 10 billion spawns. I think it was like Plague Spawn. I think I'm keeping up enough to know that that's Plague Spawn. We're all going to be plagued by Spawn very soon with the beginning of the Spawn universe.
Yeah, I was going to ask, when does that start?
I don't know. But they did announce a bunch of artists, and I didn't get a chance to look. But the one that is on Instagram, I just wasn't familiar with them. So it might be a bunch of new people. That's exciting too.
They're going to be focusing on Lady Spawn, OG Spawn, Medieval Spawn, and Gunslinger Spawn, right?
And maybe there'll be a cameo from Invincible.
Perfect. Well done. I was a little slow on the uptake there. Wendy says, yes, please, all the crossover variants, along with my other requests for the week emailed. Hey, Wendy, do us a favor. If you're reading an issue of crossover and you see
Invincible,
let us know, because that's what I want to see up here in crossover.
This is my dumb idea. Everybody, don't blame Derek. I just think it was funny that I did a smash title cut to Invincible. They're going to have to think of a reason to say Invincible in the first 5 minutes of every episode now.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of fun. Okay, moving right along. I have a second printing for Last Ronin #2. Derek, I'm almost completely out of Last Ronins.
Wow.
I did not think that was going to happen.
Amazing.
I don't have any #1s. I don't have any #2s. Luckily, I just got the second printing in for issue 2, and I have more third printings for issue 1 on the way. So hopefully we'll be well stocked by the time we get to issue 3, which I think they said it's supposed to come out in May, but it hasn't gotten pushed yet. As long as it doesn't get pushed. Anyway, Last Ronin, second printing, very cool. Got to read the issue to find out why Raphael Sai is on the cover.
Oh, Sai.
This Sai. Okay, so here's that new book, Witchblood. Okay, from Vault Comics. This is the main cover.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 1 says, you'll have to go sideways. A modern Wild West road trip about a witch named Yana cruising the Southwest as a band of bloodthirsty biker vampires, the Hounds of Love, Hunter Scattered Coven for the source of all magic, Witchblood. Coven. Excuse me. Sounds kind of fun. So, witch on the run from vampires in a band in road trip in the Southwest. That could all come together nicely. See if we can find some vampires. I think these are the aforementioned vampires. Getting Mandy vibes. Do I have any Mandy fans? I know if Eddie's watching,
Mandy's
he'll
so
speak
good.
up. Derek, you like Mandy? We talked
Mandy.
about that, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love Mandy. Love it. Okay. So that's the main cover. We have a couple of B covers here. Here is, looks kind of like a tarot card, maybe. Sort of style variant. And then, Vault likes to do the homage covers. So we got the Dazzler homage here. The C cover there. Very cool. All right.
Fred says, Mandy, hell yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to do this one more time because I want to switch over and be able to talk to me. Eduardo says they should do Spawn Vincible. Yes, indeed. Renee says, idea for a superhero if he owns a comic book shop by day and fights shipping delays by night. Yes. Wendy says, oh, I remember how many those Last Ronin #1 second printings you had. Wow, very popular. And Luis said that he wanted to do a superhero based out of Florida, but Florida man has a negative connotation now. Real quick, a thing that Ryan and I are not doing a good enough job of asking people to do, and while I talk here, Ryan, I'm going to give you this. You put this on. Cute little Derek Easley Entertainment pin. And do a little product placement. Megan's like, give that to Ryan. One thing that Ryan and I do not do, that looks cool on camera, don't do a good enough job of doing is asking y'all to like, comment, and share. Most importantly, comment, which you guys are doing. That's great. But if you like there we go. I'm going to put it on Invincible. If you like the video, that's great. If you comment, it helps with the algorithm. But if you're really generous and share, that would be awesome because we want more people to be customers in the store and more people to see this. So please like, comment, and share.
I think it's possible that I pierced Mark's nipple with your.
Maybe he's not really that.
Maybe he's not that
invincible.
That's what we find out is his one weakness is his right nipple.
Exactly. That's his
It's like
one
Achilles nipple.
Eduardo says, "Hit that smash." Yes, indeed. Because it's cool. This thing's been growing for a year. We want it to continue to grow, and now we're doing multiple platforms, and we're doing TikToks that we repost to Facebook and Instagram. Those are getting lots of views. So please share. Please share. Don't fall asleep, Ryan.
I'm gonna try. Okay, we got I don't know what's going on anymore with Power Rangers, guys. I got a few copies of this for the shelf. I don't know if it's still orderable. Power Rangers Unlimited Air to Darkness. I think this is some sort of one shot. And again, I have no idea what's going on anymore. It's one of the Rangers. Maybe they're bad. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're from another dimension. I have no idea what's going on. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
That sounded like a Star Wars title, Air to Darkness.
Air to Darkness. Yeah, for sure. Here is that book we were talking about earlier, Destiny, New York. And no idea what it's about. It does have an M for mature. It's a black and white comic book. How brave. We don't hate black and white comic books.
Terry Moore just did that one variant
cover. He just did that one variant cover, yes.
I was going to say, when you showed the variant, I was like, it was cool to see his artwork in color because you normally see Terry Moore black and white, right?
Oh, here we go. Set in a version of New York City where magic is a real and accepted part of life. A lot of magic stuff this week, though. Logan McBride struggles to find purpose. She was the subject of an incredible prophecy when she was a child, but fulfilled her foretold destiny when she was just 13. Now in her late 20s, Logan navigates through graduate school for prophecy kids while searching for a place. Sounds like gifted kids. What do they call it? Gifted program syndrome or whatever. It's for like you're ruined because I tell you you're so special when you're a kid, and then you find out you're not special. Now in her late 20s, Logan navigates through the graduate school for prophecy kids while searching for a place in the world that tells her she's already finished. Oh, so hits so close to home. I was supposed to have 5 Academy Awards by now. What about you, Derek? How many Academy Awards were you supposed to have by now?
All of them.
Okay.
I was going to have an EGOT.
Slice of life, romance, and drama meets the mysterious intrigue of urban fantasy in this new ongoing series. There you go. That was a very long description. Shorten it up.
Destiny. Do a short version and a long version. Matt says, I went to a local comic book store in Santa Monica. Sure, they had tons of books, but they had the zero of the charm that Pulp Fiction Long Beach has. Thank you, Matt.
Working on the books part.
And Eduardo says, Destiny M rating doesn't beat a Superman 13 plus. Is that like a magic? That sounds like a magic.
That's it. What? A Destiny what?
Destiny M rating. You're talking about magic.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
Magic the Gathering game.
I guess.
You're not a nerd, Ryan.
I am not. I am, though. I'm a nerd for horror. Here is a book that has a really cool cover, and I have no idea what the artwork on the inside looks like. That's how Source Point Press gets me sometimes. Cult of Dracula. This is actually a very popular pre-order comic on Pullbox. So it was something that I think at one point only going to get for the folks that ordered, but enough of you did ask for it that I'm getting shelf copies. That's the power you have sometimes. You guys have that power. Maybe I won't order any shelf copies, but if you order enough of it, I guess I better pay attention to this comic book.
Ryan, can I tell you something about young Derek, which I know this show should be all about?
Yes, please.
Young Derek. Young Derek loved Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because I was anemic as a child, and anytime I got a shot for iron deficiency, I'd get a Godzilla toy.
Oh, really?
So I had a boat ton of Godzilla toys as a kid.
That's funny.
And my favorite book as a kid, I'd read on repeat, was Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, so boring.
I hate you, Ryan.
You got all this equipment between you and me. You can't do nothing.
I'll throw something over you.
You were able to read that book when you were a kid?
I thought it was so cool because it was like in journal format. So I thought it was so interesting.
I'm just the one person in the world that hates that book. I got to try to read it.
I love it. I was obsessed with King Arthur and Dracula as a kid.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I want to make a team
up. What a nerd.
I want to have King Arthur and Dracula fight each other. What do you think about it?
I actually, in my wild, woolly world of comic book experience, I don't think that I've seen a King Arthur
Nobody's still that
vampire. Trademark TM, Derek Easley. Yeah. Entertainment.
My ideas make me invincible. Good job. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, he's trying to use Excalibur to like cut off Dracula's head.
Yeah. I think that could work out really well. Okay, moving right along. We have a King of Black one-shot, Ghost Rider. Everybody loves Ghost Rider. Every time I do a Ghost Rider thing, they sell out. So we got this cover here by Gerald Perel.
I heard that Ghost Rider is going to be fighting Null and Mephisto for control of Hell.
That makes sense.
And they're all going to be wearing Lil Nas X shoes.
Here he's got Mephisto all tied up in chains.
I wanted to see him in my WandaVision.
This cover looks like this is the main cover. Juan Frigeri? I'm not familiar. Anyway, Ghost Rider stuff. I don't understand why there's not an ongoing Ghost Rider series. At last time there was, it sold well, and I feel like people want one.
Which version would you want?
Oh, I don't care. It depends on the artist, but I do like the motorcycle. So Catcher, Danny Catcher, Johnny Blaze, please. But I like the other kid too. I'm just more into the motorcycle than the cars. But really, it just needs to have monsters. It needs to be a horror book. Yeah.
Okay, now we make sense. So, forgive me and Ryan for being a little slow sometimes, especially me. Eduardo's original comment was Destiny M rating. So Destiny New York had an M rating.
Right.
Doesn't beat that Superman 13 plus. And what he elaborated to later was Superman Red and Blue was 13 plus because of the pipe content.
We're back to the pipe again. It's always the pipe. Everything. Everything.
When he says, I think
like a dog with a pipe.
When he says, I think Destiny NY has a mature reader's comic, is not going to have the same adult content as the pipe. Eduardo says, you complete me, Wendy. Renee says, Pulp Fiction Long Beach has the best service and friendliest staff out of the comic book shops within a 50-mile radius.
Wow.
Well, Renee, if you could just take that comment and put it on our Yelp or our Facebook reviews, we'd appreciate that.
That's nice.
Matt says the best in the West Coast. Thank you, Matt. We love this love.
Thank you, Matt.
Laura Pena, this breaks my heart, but this is my own fault. She says, I will forever think of the pipe when anyone mentions Superman now. And last thing here, Louis says, lucky, whenever I got a shot as a kid, they just yelled at me for crying the whole time. Well, I think that's how they got me not to cry. I think they're just like, hey, if you're brave, Derek, we'll get you go to Toys R Us and get a new I didn't know there were so many Godzilla toys, and I just try to like.
I think, Derek, the most important question is, do you still have all these Godzilla toys?
I don't know. So maybe in one of my dad's old storage units somewhere. I don't personally have them anymore.
I want to play with them.
Some vintage 80s Godzilla toys.
All right. What do I got here? Okay, a lot of Marvel books, this guy's
Marvel books.
Me. Sorry I don't have any DC stuff. There's just nothing came out this week. I have Batman Catwoman #4.
What about Superman?
There's no Superman this week.
No Future State?
Yeah, nobody bought it, Derek. I'm sorry.
But did it come out, though?
Yeah, I do. Here we go. There it is, last issue. Got 2 copies.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, it's not about nobody. It's about me.
Okay. As long as you can.
And that's in the future, and it's pipe free.
Okay, got it. Well, the pipe already happened. It was in the past.
Oh, no.
The pipe is in the Council of Planets. It's a sentient pipe.
You got buried in time travel. Let me stop the pipe.
Okay, that's enough. We have Silk #1 this week. I am out of the main cover because a bunch of people. I thought the main cover was cool. I thought it had a lot of really good alternate covers. So I ordered most of those for the shelf. And now we had a bunch of people request. And whenever people request, they usually just request the main cover. They don't really think about it. So I don't have any of the main cover. So if you want the main cover, make sure you ask for a pull box. If it's still orderable, I'll see if I can get it. But look at these not main covers. They are great. Here is that In-Hyuk Lee cover that I showed you before. This is the regular made-to-order cover. Beautiful cover. Annie, you said you read Silk?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Annie votes yes on Silk. Thumbs up.
Very silky.
We got a really good Scotty Young. I'm very disappointed in y'all that the Scotty Young cover was the cover for Alien was the one everybody left on the shelf. It was a great cover.
Probably was best.
One of his best ones.
Yeah. Maybe people were just trying to be serious about that.
Oh, it's an Alien sugar.
I read that yesterday. Can I, without getting too in the weeds?
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for on that one? The dad or the son?
Yeah, I think the dad.
Yeah, I was rooting for the dad.
I was rooting for the dad. The kid's just I can't. He was a shrieky, whiny.
Went there and stole from the dad, and the dad's just trying to give him a beer.
Yeah, no, if anything, it sounds like they messed everything up and made it really bad. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, Alien #1. That's what Derek and I are talking about. We still have a few copies that left on the shelf. I thought we were going to sell, but we just shy of sold out. But we have a few left.
The thing I'm most intrigued about is who is that alien queen mother thing
I
from
don't
his
know.
dream?
That might be like just a mental representation.
Yeah.
One of the things from the Dark Horse comics actually introduced originally back in 1988, 89, was that the queens themselves are intelligent. They're not like the other ones are kind of more like animals. And also she has like psychic abilities kind of.
Ooh.
That's how she talks to all of the other little creatures, but also she has somewhat of an influence on the human brain. So I've seen, they've done stuff like that in the comic books before. That might be how she like looks to you in your brain or something like that.
And you didn't tell me that Bishop was in it?
It's
I love Bishop.
a Bishop.
I love him.
A Bishop is in there.
Several. There's more than one. There's one that was on the mission, and then there's the Bishop.
Space Bishop and Earth Bishop.
I want a Bishop psychologist.
Yeah,
That was
me too.
great.
Yeah. And then you could be like, just do the knife trick one more time though before I go.
The knife trick. Oh, perfect.
You're welcome.
Eduardo says, "Yas, queen." Bob says, "Me too. Love the Scotty Young variant covers, all of them." Yeah, it was good.
Okay, Silk. A couple covers. Really enjoying these Jim Bartel kind of Vogue magazine variants. We have a couple of these for Silk. I have a lot of these for Black Cat this week. I'm expecting that to be popular. Also, Emma Frost. I expect those actually to be probably the two most popular ones. But we'll see.
Do you have any of the other old ones at all?
No, Derek. You're
They're
too
all-
late. Too late.
They're all pretty good.
$1 short.
Bye, Annie. You're the
Happy
best.
birthday. Have fun being 21 years old. All right, she's gone. Now we can talk about all of the dragons we want.
Which day is her actual birthday? Is it Wednesday?
It's today.
Oh, it's today.
She didn't want me to be able to tell people.
Oh.
Don't tell me. Don't tell her I told you guys it's today. All right. Lastly, this was one of the most requested ones. New artist on the scene. Not familiar with the name. Very Momoko vibe, but not Peach Momoko. But very cool nonetheless.
I think that's the one I ordered on accident. Annie was just doing my polls and saying, "Are you sure you want that one?" And I think I ordered it because I thought it was
Great.
Peach Momoko.
don't know.
But I like it either way.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. There is. I would probably show like the inside. That's what if I didn't read it, I'm like, oh, I just like skipped the inside. Let's look and see if there's any cool artwork in here. I think her name is Cindy Moon. I want to say
That's
is
cool,
the name of the character. And I don't really know anything about her. I totally missed all of her introduction. What her whole deal was about.
Eduardo
But
says
there's a
it
lot of
looks dope.
speculation that she's going to pop up in the movies eventually.
Yeah. Oh, nobody here watches Sabrina, right? Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures.
Some of her.
There's one of the Weird Sisters, and I think she's been tapped to play Silk.
There we go.
And then another strange rumor news: Daisy Ridley, aka Rey from Star Wars, she apparently has read a Spider-Woman script.
There you go. So I got my what if 108.
Yeah.
So that's Spider Girl. I don't know. Spider Woman like Jessica Jones. We think maybe not Jessica Jones. I mean Jessica Drew. Is that her name?
Yeah, the current.
Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tom Holland and her did a movie together not too long ago, so maybe they had chemistry.
He's a little boy.
He's a little boy.
He shouldn't be hanging out with grown women.
It depends on who the cast is. Black Cat.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be funny. I hope they do it like Bendis does in Ultimate Spider-Man, where she's like this full on, just like knows herself, sexually confident woman, and then like he's finally like, okay, fine, you win. And he takes his mask off, and he's this pimply teenager. She's like, ew, gross. I thought you were like an adult.
Thought you were a man.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, here's that Marvel Action Spider-Man. You're not going to see any of that stuff in here, most likely.
Hopefully.
And again, all ages Spider-Man stuff, for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids.
Matt says Bishop C blocked him. How did Bishop's a fictional character? How did he C block you, Matt?
Chain block?
C, like you blocked hooking up with somebody. C block. Louis says there's supposed to be a Silk TV series coming, and Laura says I think it's Tati Gabrielle. I may be wrong. The name of the actress. That I think she's beautiful. If that's the actress from from Sabrina. She does a really good job in that.
Cool.
So I'd be down to see that.
Here is the Black Cat Vogue cover I was talking about.
Oh, I love it. Para los niños.
And I forgot to get the Emma Frost one. Oh well.
Can you go grab it?
No, that's right. We got Better Ray Bill. This is the big book this week, in my opinion. Again, forget about whether you like the character or know the character or care anything about the character. You are here for the Daniel Warren Johnson artwork. This guy is one of the most fun artists working today. Lots of detail, high energy. It's just like kaboom, just comics that are just rah.
What if
Ooh.
Daniel Warren Johnson, Raphael Grandpa, and
James
Riley Rossmo went to the same room?
they were probably all in the same room at some point. That's their style. So here's some Fin Fang Kafoom coming at you.
Wow.
So yeah, big flashy comic book. Check it out. Here is a B cover by Ryan Stegman, the Venom artist and King of Black artist. Salutations, gentlemen. Salutations right back to you. And then finally, I have Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing, where presumably the Avengers go on against Man-Thing. So when you can't get the Swamp Thing, you get the Man-Thing.
It's some type of thing.
This book's probably going to sell just because it's a new character called Harrower, and people are all about those new characters. I should check this out because basically it's just Avengers versus Swamp Thing. Maybe I'll read this tonight. But the one that I think you guys are really going to be interested in, and I don't believe that this was available on the FOC, so I kind of had to just guess a number, is Patrick Gleason did a cover. You know, Patrick Gleason.
Oh, yes, indeed.
So if you want to be a completionist and collect all of these, we got this Amazing Spider-Man 55, Amazing Spider-Man 55 second print, Carnage, Black, White, and Blood #1, which we still have a few copies of, and now the Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
That's it for comics. Let's do a station identification, and then I'm going to move on to graphic novels, and then I am going to get off the air. This is the Pulp Fiction Long Beach live unboxing show we do every Tuesday night. Show you all the new goodies that are coming out. Please join Pullbox. You get 20% off on your comic books, and you get to request your books so you don't have to worry about them selling out. And it's absolutely free, and the way that you join is by sending us an email to pulpfictionlongbeach@gmail.com, and I will take your email, and I will sign you up for a Pullbox account so you can get started. All right, last but not least, let's look at these graphic novels. There's a fair amount of stuff this week, and I do have some DC books there.
Eduardo says pipe thing. Ruben says, my exes said the same thing about our relationship. It was a curse of the man thing. Renee says, man thing is the wish.com.
I forgot that I can't say man thing on this stream. I forgot.
Man thing is the wish.com version of Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Man thing. Eduardo says, when are we getting another of Ryan's Drunk Garage book talk?
When I have time to, when I don't have to get up early.
There's always time to drink, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Soon. Probably soon. I need to do some reading. That's what it is. I need to find some time to read. I'll get my garage and get drunk and tell you about it. Okay, so here we go. We got some big books from DC Comics this week. We have Sandman Universe Hellblazer. I think Wendy's going to probably pop off on this one and tell you all about it. But I actually did read a few issues of this as it was coming out. And it's great. Really good. Definitely Vertigo style Hellblazer book. Rated R. Definitely for adults. Beautiful artwork by Aaron Campbell, who some of you might know as the artist from... might know as the artist from Infidel, really popular award-winning horror comic from a few years ago. This is a part of the Sandman universe, but that doesn't matter. You can just pick this up and read it. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Hellblazer. We also have Batman's Grave, the whole thing all together for the first time in a hardcover. Wow. The world's greatest detective. Buried alive, once a week, rain or shine, Alfred Pennyworth walks to a little cemetery plot in the Wayne Manor grounds. He meticulously tends to Thomas and Martha Wayne's headstones. Martha, plinths and slabs, weeding, cleaning, polishing. But how much longer before there's another Wayne memorial to tend to? Batman's current case forces him to inhabit the mind of a murder victim with a half-eaten face. sending him on a collision course with an enemy who has infiltrated every part of Gotham. Every corner Batman turns leads him one step closer to his own grave.
Oh my gosh.
Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch, one of the most legendary creative partnerships of the modern age, reunite for a story about life, death, and the questions most are too afraid to ask. And I know Wendy was a big fan. I did not get a chance to read the whole thing, but it did seem good, the stuff that I had seen. So yeah, check it out. And more of this. We love Batman miniseries, Batman maxi series. Doesn't everything have to be him getting married or dying or
Fighting the Joker.
Or fighting the Joker.
Can I spoil something? Not a big spoiler.
Sure.
So we all know Mr. Pennyworth is not around.
Yep.
So in the latest issue of Nightwing.
But when they bring him back, he'll have his other hand back.
That's right. Because he lost his hand at one point from Joker. But in the latest issue of Nightwing, Barbara Gordon, Babs, who I did a little TikTok review of that last issue of Nightwing. It was really good. Did you read it, Ryan? Some frat boys kicked a dog.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
And they had a gun. They pulled a gun out.
What
Frat boys walk around with a gun to shoot a dog?
They were somewhat unrealistic caricatures.
Yeah, it was.
But I've never been to Bloodhaven, so it was a Bloodhaven. What's it called?
Bloodhaven.
Bloodhaven, yeah.
It was like a John Wick type thing.
As a jock, were you triggered?
I was very triggered. It was a bad depiction.
Okay.
And you know what really triggers me? And I was never this? Orderlies. Why are orderlies always bad? And everything. Orderlies are always bad.
Uh-oh.
No, DC.
We're closed.
Stop it, DC Comics.
Stop talking about the orderlies. This is the orderlies department.
Eduardo says, dude, Nightwing kicks a dog. No, he doesn't. Mr. Pennyworth is taking a vacation in the Bahamas. Yes, Renee. And Ruben says, piranhas ate his hand? Yes. Anyway, so Barbara Gordon pulls out a will and reads it, and it's from Alfred Pennyworth, and he was a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
And he had a ton of Wayne Industries stock.
Yeah.
And then he also got money and reinvested it.
Yeah.
And so the whole time he was making sandwiches.
Yeah, he was just into it.
And helping, patching up Robin's cuts.
Yeah.
He was a multi-billionaire, and he left all the money to Dick.
Yeah.
So now in the current Batman comics, Batman's broke, but Robin's rich.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's cool. I really like that book. I know we're sold out. Some of you have been trying. I'm pretty sure they announced the second printing, so hopefully we'll have that soon. And hopefully you got your orders in for issue 79. Got a couple of really good covers. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep going. From Marvel, we have Shang Chi.
Oh, nice.
The 5-issue miniseries Shang Chi, 1 through 5. Really enjoyed this comic. I didn't know there were Chinese vampires in it. Yo, I didn't read this far. Look at this. Hey, you know what Chinese vampires do, Derek?
What do they do?
They hop.
That's true.
They hop. They jump and hop.
Very true.
Yeah. One day when I ever see my friend again after the stupid pandemic, we'll sit down and watch some Chinese vampire movies because I like them quite a bit. I really like this. The martial arts comics we've been getting from Marvel lately have been A+. Look at this, though. Remember Fantastic Four Antithesis?
Wow.
This is cool. So last time Mark Waid did a miniseries for Marvel, it was called The History of the Marvel Universe, and they also put it in this big treasury size. Now they're doing that with Fantastic Four Antithesis. I really like this format, actually. So
it's like Derek size.
This is it is Derek size. This is a book that Mark Waid worked with Neil Adams to do. And Neil Adams often writes and draws his own stuff, unfortunately. And so it's nice when maybe sometimes he just draws things. So then people that want to recapture the glory days of Neil Adams, and I still think he can draw the hell out of a page. This is pretty fun. Yeah, I think I also have, if you're trying to get the original issues, I have maybe they're all gone, but I did have some sets of the miniseries when it was over.
Can you hold that up against another thing?
Yeah.
Renee says it's thick size. I don't know it's thick, it's tall.
Yeah, it's not very thick.
It's long.
I do like this really format. Cool. Even though people that, like this format, because that's what fits in their bookcase, and they're like, what the hell do I do with this? Okay.
Renee says, does being rich make Nightwing a dick? Okay, I'll see myself out now. Wendy says, Nightwing 78, I saw a second printing listed on Previews World.
I guess I'm going to go get the phone, aggressive phone person.
We'll switch it back to me. Wendy says she saw a second printing listed on Previews World, but then details not found and didn't see it on Lunar yet. We'll ask Ryan about that. Hey, look at this little pin that Megan made. You see it? Derek Easley Entertainment. So cool. Megan, you did a great job.
We're close.
Edward. I want Ryan to
Oh,
hear
gosh,
this
I'm
comment
actually
from
doing a live show. Is it? But the phone keeps ringing.
Alfred took a long nap in order to get any time off. So sad. It's true. Poor Alfred.
I just have sleeves. You gotta call and ask me tomorrow, okay? Okay, I'm sorry. We're in the middle of a live show and call us during our store hours. We're open tomorrow after 10.
Ryan's taking an interesting phone call. This is pretty funny. I like this. Ryan, who was that? Was that somebody you know?
I don't know. I was being kind of a jerk.
Please say their name. So someone said here
it was sleeves.
it was
It's
Eduardo.
really important to call us twice.
Yes.
Find out.
Eduardo says that's actually Skybound Comics calling because you haven't mentioned Invincible every 5 minutes.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe what I was going to say is that Nightwing, maybe, hopefully this doesn't change him, because sometimes when people get a lot of money, they feel like they're.
Oh no, it's not on him anymore.
Oh.
I was like, Ryan. I'm like, is Ryan okay? He's having a stroke.
Ryan broke. Right, he's broken. Yeah.
Ryan wanted me to switch to camera 2 of Invincible, but it's camera 2 is pointed at me now.
Okay,
so good.
last couple of graphic novels here from the indie world. We got something called Unfinished Business. Guess who wrote this, Derek? Can you
Who?
read from here?
I
Paul
can't.
Levitz.
No way.
Yeah,
Paul Levitz.
The Paul Levitz. How about that?
You do a good Paul Levitz impersonation.
Do I?
Let's hear it.
I don't think I do have a Paul Levitz impersonation. Paul Levitz sounds just like Batman.
Everyone sounds like that.
Yeah. Actually, his son used to be a customer of mine when I was
No way.
managing the Culver City store. Yeah. So Paul Levitz, longtime DC creator, editor. And what's this? A priest, a minister, and a rabbi walk into a bar. A would-be lead into an amusing anecdote. Or okay, I don't know who wrote this copy.
Paul Levitz of DC Comics.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I was thinking John Lovitz.
No. Unfinished business. Now I can do it.
Oh,
You're
right.
waiting for this.
Oh,
Yes.
That's a night.
Unfinished business.
I love it.
Anyway, a tantalizing original graphic novel of dark mystery and magical realism that examines the relationship between science and society through the lenses of multiple religions. Well, Paul, you're really going for it there, aren't you, buddy? This is pretty cool. I'm glad that this guy, he still wants to make comic books, man.
Nice.
It actually literally says here on the top, from the New York Times best-selling writer of the Legion of Superheroes. Also, we have a new Stranger Things graphic novel, Science Camp. Science Camp.
You went to science camp, right, Ryan?
No, I didn't go to science camp. I didn't go to any camps, really.
You didn't go to Camp High Heel?
I didn't go to High Hill, no. I was in Catholic school for the first 7 years, so I missed the whole High Hill thing. All right, and this is, from what I understand, like basically volume 3, because there were actually 2 previous volumes. If anybody's interested in the Stranger Things graphic novel. And we have Philadelphia, volume 2, for those of you that are reading that way. This says issues 7 through 12. Really enjoyable, another really enjoyable vampire series that takes place in Philadelphia.
But there's killing.
Invincible.
Renee says, wait, did John Lovitz just make an appearance? Yes.
I was a black ghost during the Hard Revolution. I'm not sure what this is. This is I think an original graphic novel. It comes from Comixology. So this is the stuff that they were doing on Comixology, and it's coming to print now. Wow, it's got a bunch of praise in the back. Mark Wade says, seriously compelling with a lead you can't help but root for. Gail Simone said so much stuff that is too much to read. Jeff Lemire said, The Black Ghost is a wonderful comic, inventive and fresh, and full of mystery and mood. This kind of looks like this might be for fans of like Powers. It's the vibe I'm kind of getting.
Very cool.
And it said it was named one of the 8 new comic book series for the end of summer by the New York Times. All right. And then finally, here's a book that I really enjoyed as it was coming out from Source Point Press called Grit. I don't really remember what it was about, but I really liked the artwork. I remember how some of you may have said, heard me say, as I was talking about Ultra Mega, that James Herron is an artist whose style is very influential. This is a very good example of an artist that, and I'm not talking mess, I really like the artwork, but this person is clearly getting some James Herron vibes. But it looks really cool. Ooh, Crockoom! I love comic books so much. Okay. I still love them. I still love comic books, guys. That is it. The last thing I want to show you is this Alien box. I don't usually get these
What's in
boxes,
the box?
but I did decide to splurge on these because I thought, at the very least, if nobody buys them, then I will just take them home and use them for my own collection. But unfortunately, fortunately, I guess, they've been very popular. I only have a couple left. In fact, I think I have 3 left. But I had Annie order another 2 bundles, so I'll have another 10. I have a special order list going. If you want one, please send us an email, or you can just come in and see and ask us in the store. I will get more of these eventually, but I had 10 when I got them, and now I have 3. That's how many people have been asking for them when I showed them.
Oh, so
$9.99 for the Alien box.
I think that'd scare my cats.
It's pretty frightening. It's a great drawing by Invincible.
It's very 3-dimensional.
And we are done.
Can't believe it.
That is it for me. Be sure to listen to Derek as he talks about Derek Easley Entertainment.
Michael Bienview Jr. wants to know, yes, could you tell me what your form of payment?
Wasn't that the... Never mind.
It's the same thing that happened to me last night.
Okay.
I think it was Michael, too. Michael, are you trolling us, or is this true? Well, if you're in the store, you can pay by cash or credit card, and that's pretty much it. And debit.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing online.
Labor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wash dishes.
Exactly.
Speaking of washing dishes, I guess that Tennessee Jack's place opened up finally across the street.
I saw that. Isn't it good?
Nature's Healing. No, but I'm going to try to get in there soon and give them a business because I like my bourbon. And Annie said that she could smell their barbecue food a couple days ago.
Nice.
While we were across the street.
Nice. All right, we'll switch it to me, so I'll do my little spiel at the end here. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to join our Facebook group. That is Pulp Fiction Comics Long Beach or Long Beach Comics. Which one is it? Pulp Fiction Comics Long Beach group. Group is all capitalized. And we love it when you share your books, your thoughts, your reviews. Hey, you had Cameron in the store here the other day.
We did.
Destroying things.
Yeah.
And you talked about his podcast. The group would be a perfect place to share his podcast. Why are you doing funny things?
Instagram feed still on me?
Oh, he's trying to yuck it up to Instagram. That's what he said.
They're just sitting there.
They're just sitting here looking at your sexy self. So yeah, please join the group. And also, if you ever need any video work, you can always talk to Megan and myself. That's kind of out of focus there. I can't go behind the camera to focus it. But anyway, that's our information. It's right there. Here, you can show Instagram. It is Derek Easley Entertainment. It's DerekEasley.com. info@DerekEasley.com. And we do cool videos, drone photography, media behind the scenes. We do live videos. Sometimes they work. But today is kind of cool because even despite the technical difficulty, you guys got some entertainment and we got some information out to you. And we broadcast to Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube on multiple cameras.
Get it, boy.
So that's cool. And we do a lot of high-end stuff too with high-end camera work and high-end gear. Those are bigger budget stuff. But we work with all budgets. And so let us know if you need any website work, graphic work, photography, videography, anything like that. Derek Easley is here for you. Derek Easley Entertainment. My wife, Megan, is the woman behind it. Wendy posted the Facebook group link here. Thank you so much. Renee says no Bitcoin. We'll take your Bitcoin. All right, let's switch it back to Ryan to finish out the show here. Ryan, anything else we forgot about? You got any more dollar comics? Any more trade-ins? Anything cool in the store happening?
Lots of new dollar in comics. We filled in a lot of DC books and Marvel books. I have a bunch of sets coming on the way, but they're not quite ready yet. And yeah, we are sending back all that future state stuff. So we've already processed a fair amount of it to send back to the distributor, but there is some still in the boxes right now. The stuff that's left at 30% off, but it will not be there forever. It's probably going to go away soon. So pick out what you want. And I'm going to try to put the DC graphic novels together so it's not ugly and gross. Yeah, I don't know. That's it for me. I'm hungry, and I got to finish setting up the store.
Cool. Eduardo says, why again? Why what? Why are you sending the DC books back? Because You had 1 million of them. Wendy also said earlier that she loves Alfred so much she found out that his dad's name is Jarvis, and that's the name of the Avengers butler.
Oh.
Very good. All right, Ryan, thank you so much for doing this live video. We'll see you tomorrow, right?
I'm invincible.
It's true. All right, everyone take care.